Whether you're a musician or not, you're probably familiar with music promotion channels on YouTube. Some of them have amassed tens of millions of subscribers, making them a popular destination not only for fans looking to find new music, but for artists trying to promote their own music. The tastemakers who run these channels have a lot of power in shaping their respective music genres. After all, in some cases, they can even help catapult obscure artists into stardom. So it's no wonder that the process for getting featured on these channels, especially in the upper echelon, is extremely competitive. And in many cases, even if they're lucky enough to get featured, artists usually aren't allowed to monetize the videos, essentially giving up the royalties in exchange for exposure. Considering how much of a hassle it is to get featured on these channels, and usually at the cost of monetization, an artist might think to themselves, why don't I just make my own promo channel? After all, how hard can it be to re-upload other people's music and occasionally promote your own music too? I asked myself that same question before starting this channel, and let me tell you, I was in way over my head. Having uploaded over 700 songs to this channel over the course of 2.5 years, I can confidently say that creating your own music promotion channel is not for the faint of heart. Here's how it went. Creating a YouTube channel is easy. Growing the channel, not so much. As a new channel with 0 subscribers, how can you possibly compete with larger promo channels in your genre? Luckily for me, the funk genre was still pretty niche at the time, with the largest channels ranging in the hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So, while I wasn't exactly competing with channels like Trap Nation or Lo-Fi Girl, that's still a pretty big gap to overcome. Well, what I quickly found out was the easiest way for new promo channels to grow is by simply being the first ones to upload new music. Even if the bigger channels eventually upload the same song later that day, it doesn't matter, because being first is essentially the only way for small promo channels to get discovered on YouTube. With less than 100 subscribers, the algorithm wants nothing to do with you, so forget the recommended page. The search results page is your best friend. I'm obviously not the first one to point this out, but a consistent upload schedule helps too, especially for music promotion channels. People generally aren't willing to wait a week between uploads when all you do is post other people's music. I mean, imagine if Spotify's Discover Weekly playlist was just one new song every week. So I realized the ideal upload schedule for music promotion channels, especially the smaller ones, is daily. Uploading a new song every day not only kept my small audience engaged, but it also helped bring in new viewers since I was usually the first one to upload new songs. But at a certain point, being first and uploading daily stops being enough to consistently grow the channel. For me, this was about at the 60 subscriber mark, roughly 3 months after starting the channel. These results aren't amazing, but up until this point, I had mistakenly neglected one of the most defining aspects of any music promotion channel, the visuals. Visuals can vary widely from channel to channel, with everything from chaotic digital visualizers to calm, looping GIFs. Since most of the channels in my scene had adopted the latter style, I relied on it heavily in the beginning, but by this point, I needed to differentiate them a bit if I wanted to see real growth. I decided to start making my own GIFs that looped with the beat of the song. If you're curious about the process, it's really not as hard as it sounds. There's a video on my Patreon where I go into more detail about my workflow. At this point, it had taken me 3 months just to get 60 subscribers, but these new and improved visuals helped me hit 1,000 subscribers in just under a year. Viewers were now latching onto a distinct visual brand, not just a clone of a bigger channel. Passing 1,000 subscribers is a critical turning point for any YouTube channel, not just because it's a cool milestone, not just because you get a little K next to your sub count, but because it unlocks monetization. This means you can accept donations, offer channel memberships, and of course, earn ad revenue from YouTube videos. As you can imagine, this is where things get a little controversial for music promotion channels. After all, most if not all of their content is just re-uploads of other people's work, so monetizing these videos would be questionable to say the least. So I decided to do the right thing and leave my daily uploads unmonetized. Unsurprisingly though, the YouTube algorithm prioritizes videos that are monetized because they actually generate revenue for YouTube. So if I wanted to substantially grow the channel, I needed to start brainstorming ideas for original content. Even before I started my channel, I noticed there was a huge gap in the market for videos discussing funk. By 2018, it was one of the most highly searched genres on SoundCloud, but hardly anyone was talking about it. Videos about the topic were few and far between, but the ones that I managed to find were performing pretty well. Now that I had a decent sized audience on YouTube, this seemed like the perfect opportunity for me to invest more time into my videos. Running a music promotion channel can be incredibly daunting, especially if you're a musician on top of that. But what I can say is that being a musician makes producing original content about music a lot easier because you have firsthand experience with what you're talking about. This was definitely the case with the funk mini documentaries that I started producing. I had already been involved in the scene for years, so writing videos about my favorite artists didn't require a whole lot of research. Now that I was releasing original content alongside the daily uploads, the channel started to grow a lot faster. While it had taken me a little over a year to reach 1,000 subscribers, this more algorithm-friendly content helped me reach 2,000 subscribers in half the time. So you might be asking yourself, why even bother with the daily uploads if the original content is what's growing the channel? Ultimately, we're trying to promote our music, but wouldn't it be more productive to just do that through original content that can actually be picked up by the algorithm? The answer is yes, and that is why creating a promo channel is the hardest way to promote your music. Because at the end of the day, original, monetizable content is what performs best on YouTube and grows the channel fastest. By the time I realized this, I had already done over 700 daily uploads over the course of 2 years. 24 of those were my own tracks, and by that point, they had brought in about 30,000 views. And sure, that's 30,000 more streams than I would have gotten otherwise, but I figured that if I just made mini documentaries that included my music, I could grow the channel and promote my music at the same time, essentially killing 2 birds with 1 YouTube video. So I decided to stop uploading songs to the channel entirely so I could focus on producing original content. Yokai was no longer a music promotion channel, or at least it didn't look like one. Then the stars aligned. When I uploaded my next video a couple months later, I was sitting around 3,000 subscribers. Little did I know that, within 3 months, this video alone would earn me over 1 million views and 10,000 subs. Thanks to the YouTube algorithm, this one video had done more for my channel than the previous 700 videos combined. And since I had also slipped one of my songs into the video, I was also exposing my music to hundreds of thousands more people than before. I had originally set out to promote my music by creating my own music promotion channel, and I managed to succeed by not being a music promotion channel. This is, by far, the longest, most difficult marketing campaign I've ever done for my music. To keep the results as unbiased as possible, I did all of it anonymously. I wanted to make sure that people were engaging with the channel out of genuine interest, not just because they were a fan of my music or something. When I started producing the mini documentaries, I even went so far as to hide my voice
by hiring a voice actor to narrate the videos for me. Shout out to Ethan, by the way. But now that this has become so much more than a music promotion channel, I want to give it the attention it deserves. So I'm just going to be doing a lot more videos like this, just sort of dabbling in different ideas related to music, and maybe plugging my music every once in a while. So if you want to help me make videos like this more often, obviously the subscribe button is right there. But I also just started a Patreon where you can support the channel and get access to some cool behind the scenes stuff like I mentioned before. If you want to keep in touch, I also just started a Discord. It's super lonely at the moment, just me and the Patreon bot. Not the most talkative guy in the world. So if you want to join, please do. It'll be a lot of fun. That's about it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.